warrior in the moon's shadow. Mythological origins. In the depths of the universe, amid the silent dance of the stars, there is a sign that carries humanity's emotional memory. This sign is Cancer, the fourth house of the zodiac. However, this story is not just about a constellation in the sky. It is an epic tale of protective instinct, sacrifice, and eternal loyalty. To understand the origins of Cancer, we must leave the modern world behind and journey to the dusty pages of ancient times, to the foothills of Mount Olympus. In Greek mythology, the story of Cancer is based on the battle between Hercules, the greatest hero in history, and Hydra, the greatest monster. This battle is one of the oldest tales illustrating the difference between brute force and loyalty. According to legend, the goddess Hera wanted to destroy Hercules. Hercules was engaged in a deadly battle with the multi-headed monster Hydra. It was at that very moment that a silent figure emerged from the depths of the swamp. It was a giant crab. Its name was Karkanos. Karkanos was physically much weaker than Hercules. However, he was filled with loyalty to the goddess Hera and a desire to fulfill his mission. Fearlessly, he attached himself to the giant hero's foot. The outcome was inevitable. Hercules crushed Karkanos in a single blow. However, this death was not an end, but an eternal beginning. The goddess Hera was so impressed by this small creature's courage and loyalty that she placed it in the sky among the stars. Thus, the Cancer constellation has shone in the sky ever since as the symbol of sacrifice and loyalty. This mythological foundation is the greatest proof of why the Cancerian we know today is ready to sacrifice themselves for their loved ones. Their battle is fought not with swords, but with the heart. The world behind the shell, symbolism and defense. To understand Cancer, one need only look at the crab in nature. This creature has a soft and vulnerable body. However, nature has given it a hard and impenetrable shell to protect this delicate body. This is exactly how the psychological structure of Cancer people is. From the outside, they may appear tough, distant, and sometimes even cold. But this is only a defense mechanism. Under this hard shell beats the most sensitive, fragile, and compassionate heart in the zodiac. When a crab senses danger, it retreats into its shell. This is not an escape, but a strategy. The Cancerian is the same. If they become silent in an argument or withdraw from a situation, it does not mean they are cowards. On the contrary, it shows they are protecting their emotional world. For them, security is the most important concept in life. Like the walls of a castle, they are constantly on guard to protect their loved ones and their own hearts from the evils of the outside world. Another interesting feature of Cancers is the way they walk. A crab never goes straight to its target. It walks sideways. This sums up the Cancer person's approach to life. Rather than attacking an issue head-on, they prefer indirect approaches. They analyze and weigh the person in front of them and wait until they find the safest path. This strategic waiting period is their greatest strength. They do not rush because they know time is on their side. This sideways walking is actually the ability to sense dangers in advance and avoid them. The pulse of the ocean. Ruling planet and general character. Each sign has a ruler, and this ruler shapes the character of that sign. While Leo is ruled by the sun, Cancer is ruled by the moon, which reigns over the night. The moon controls the tides of the oceans on Earth. It pulls the waters in and pushes them out. The mood of Cancerians is just like these tides. Their emotions are never like a still lake. They are always moving, always changing. The chakra labyrinth of Cancer and cellular awakening with 417 hertz. Cancer. The nurturing embrace of the water element. That mysterious traveler shining in the darkness of the night with the silver light of the moon. Have you ever thought about it? Just as the moon pulls and releases the oceans, how does it manage the oceans within your body, the waters within your cells, with the same rhythm? Astrology is not just character analysis. Astrology is the energetic map of the body. And Cancer is the deepest, wettest, most emotional layer of this map. Today, we are going down to Cancer's energy centers, its chakras. But not like a regular anatomy lesson, more like a frequency journey that washes you from your roots to your crown, guided by a healer's hand. If you're ready, shut out the outside world, silence your mind, because now we are beginning to climb the chakra ladder of Cancer. And we have that cosmic key in our hands, 417 hertz. Root chakra, Muladhara. Our journey begins at the very bottom, at the foundation, the root chakra. When we think of Cancer, that hard shell comes to mind, doesn't it? That shell is the root chakra itself. The moment Cancer enters the world, it wants to feel safe. The root chakra is the center of survival, security, and belonging. Blockages in Cancer's root chakra feel like this: a constant feeling of homelessness, being stuck in the past, unresolved traumas related to the mother figure, and a constant fear of what if. Cancer is the most emotionally fragile sign, but it closes its shell the hardest. 417 hertz comes into play here. This frequency dissolves stuck energy. When you feel that heavy, fearful energy in your root chakra, the vibration of 417 hertz works like a drop of water, cracking the hardened rocks beneath the ground. It whispers to you, "This is safe. Your roots are connected to the earth, to water. Open your shell a little. Breathe." Sacral chakra, Cancer's throne, Swadhisthana. Now we move upward. Below the navel, the sacral chakra. This is Cancer's palace. This is the main homeland of the water element. Its color is orange. It is the center of emotions, creativity, sexuality, and feeling. Why does Cancer feel so much? Because its sacral chakra is wide open. Sometimes it's so open that it mistakes others' pain for its own. Like a sponge, it instantly absorbs the tension in the environment. But what happens if this chakra is unbalanced? Emotional tsunamis, extreme sensitivity, wrestling with ghosts of the past, feeling like a victim. Cancer's famous sulking moments are when the sacral chakra is blocked. 417 hertz is precisely the key to the sacral chakra. Scientific studies show that 417 hertz regulates the structure of water. Since your body is 70% water, this frequency restructures your emotional body. It calms those turbulent, murky waters. Those stuck feelings in your sacral chakra, those old lovers, those childhood hurts. 417 hertz resolves them and allows them to flow away. For Cancer, healing is not crying, it is flowing. 417 Hertz is the river that opens that blocked dam. Practical application. Grounding and 417 Hertz. As a Cancer, when you feel restless, try stepping barefoot on the ground. When your feet touch the ground, listen to 417 Hertz. The vibration of this frequency combines with the energy of the earth and codes security into your root chakra. Tell yourself, I am grounding. I am safe. This moment is safe. Scientific connection between water and emotional memory. Dr. Gerald Pollack's fourth water, H3O2 theory explains water's capacity to store information within cells. Cancer, through this water structure in the sacral chakra, encodes past experiences. 417 Hertz reorganizes this water structure, alleviating the emotional burden of traumatic memories. Energy shifts from stagnation to fluidity. If you're ready, let's begin. Sit comfortably. Place your hands on your abdomen, over your sacral chakra. Close your eyes. Imagine that orange light. But this light is sometimes blurry, sometimes heavy, filled with the burdens of the past. Now, hear the sound of 417 Hertz. This sound is the sound of water, the gravitational pull of the moon. This vibration has begun to untie those knots below your belly button. Feel it. Those fears, those sensitivities, that feeling of, I'm not good enough. They were all like blocks of ice. 417 Hertz rose like the sun. The ice is melting. The water is flowing freely. With the confidence from your roots, with the compassion from your heart, breathe in 417. Breathe out. Let it go. Sacral chakra, Svadhisthana. Cancer's emotional kingdom, sympathetic. After securing safety in the root chakra, we climb upward to the sacral chakra, Svadhisthana. This is Cancer's palace, the center of all emotions, creativity, and fluidity. Vibrating with an orange hue, this chakra carries the spirit of Cancer's water element. Cancer feels deeply. This is its superpower, but also its greatest weakness. When the sacral chakra is overly open, Cancer absorbs all the emotional energy around them. Another person's stress, sadness, or joy becomes their own emotion. This causes them to act like an energetic sponge. Imbalance manifests in the sacral chakra as an emotional tsunami. Ghosts of past traumas constantly return. Cancer may find themselves in the role of victim because they are tired of carrying the emotional burden of others. The state of sulking is actually a self-protection mechanism caused by this chakra being overly full. 417 Hertz plays a critical role here, restoring flow. Healing for Cancer is not about suppressing emotions, but about letting them flow. 417 Hertz is a cosmic river that opens blocked dams. It cleanses the murky structure of water and regulates emotional fluctuations. Scientific connection, water and emotional memory. Cancer encodes past experiences through this water structure in the sacral chakra. 417 Hertz reorganizes this water structure, alleviating the emotional burden of traumatic memories. Energy shifts from stagnation to fluidity. Ghosts of the past and emotional cleansing. Cancer does not forget the past. The sacral chakra stores the emotional residue of the past, old grievances, unfinished goodbyes, suppressed desires. These are the ghosts that create storms in Cancer's emotional sea. The 417 Hz frequency allows you to face these ghosts, but not to embrace them, to resolve them. This frequency gives permission to release emotional energy. Crying is sometimes a cleansing ritual for Cancer. 417 Hz makes this crying more conscious and purposeful. Practical application. I release. Flow. Prepare a bathtub. Add a few drops of orange oil to the water, sacral chakra color. Play 417 Hz music and focus on the water. Close your eyes and think of a memory from the past that hurt you. Bring that memory to life in your mind. Then, imagine transferring the energy, weight, color of that memory into the water. Take a deep breath, and along with the 417 Hz vibration, release the burden of that memory into the water. As you slowly stand up, feel the water carrying away all this emotional weight. Manipura, the center of gentle power. We move toward the stomach area, the solar plexus, Manipura. Glowing yellow, this chakra is the center of willpower, personal power, and self-confidence. Beneath the perceived gentleness of Cancer lies the gentle power fed by this chakra. Cancer shows its power not by fighting, but by yielding. Water wears away even the hardest rock over time. This is Manipura's expression in Cancer. However, Cancer is the sign most resistant to change, because change brings the fear of leaving the familiar, the comfort zone. This fear blocks the solar plexus. Blockage symptoms. If the Cancer sign constantly tries to please others and struggles to set boundaries, the solar plexus chakra is blocked. This manifests as stomach cramps, chronic indigestion, and a feeling of being constricted. This situation prevents Cancer from using its natural power. 417 Hz, facilitating change. Frequency. The main name of 417 Hz is facilitating change. This frequency works precisely in the area where Cancer shows resistance. It dissolves the solidified energy blockages in the solar plexus. This conveys the message to Cancer that change is not dangerous, but natural and even necessary. Quantum neuroscience and willpower. Dr. Joe Dispenza's work demonstrates how thoughts and emotions affect brain chemistry and, consequently, willpower. The solar plexus blockage feeds on constant negative automatic pilot thoughts. 417 Hz vibrates these neural pathways, paving the way for the restructuring of negative thought patterns. With this frequency, Cancer learns that saying no is not self-destructive, but self-protective. The transformation of soft power into willpower. The power of Cancer lies not in passive aggression, but in deep empathy and a protective instinct. This power is fueled by the solar plexus. Cancer can demonstrate incredible willpower to protect their family, loved ones, or the group they belong to. However, this will sometimes takes precedence over its own needs. Instead of using its own power, it focuses on protecting the power field of others. 417 Hz brings this power to the center. It asks the question, what is my will? Practical application. Yellow sun meditation. Sit down and place your hands on your solar plexus. Imagine a yellow light. Play 417 Hz music and feel the vibration of this yellow light. Tell yourself, I have boundaries. I have power. I embrace change. This vibration will create a feeling of warmth and expansion in your stomach area. This is the awakening of your soft power. The transformation of soft power into willpower. The power of Cancer lies not in passive aggression, but in deep empathy and a protective instinct. This power is fueled by the solar plexus. Cancer can demonstrate incredible willpower to protect their family, loved ones, or the group they belong to. However, this will sometimes takes precedence over its own needs. Instead of using its own power, it focuses on protecting the power field of others. 417 Hz brings this power to the center. It asks the question, what is my will? Practical application. Yellow Sun Meditation. Sit down and place your hands on your solar plexus. Imagine a yellow light. Play 417 Hz music and feel the vibration of this yellow light. Tell yourself, I have boundaries. I have power. I embrace change. This vibration will create a feeling of warmth and expansion in your stomach area. This is the awakening of your soft power. 417 Hz calms the ajna. This frequency regulates the energy flow in the middle region of the brain, separating intuition from the chaos of logic or emotion. Cancer thus begins to see not what will be, but what should be. Sahasrara, crown chakra, universal connection. When we reach the top, the crown chakra, Sahasrara, we encounter purple and white light. This chakra is the center of universal consciousness, spiritual connection, and enlightenment. Cancer arrives here with the wisdom of emotional depth. Cancer's greatest challenge in the crown chakra is the capacity to see itself as part of the universe. Because it often defines itself through family or home, it struggles to embrace this expansive consciousness. When Cancer feels alone, the crown chakra closes. 417 Hz opens this chakra, reminding Cancer that it is an inseparable part of the universe. Water cannot be thought of separately from the ocean. Just as water returns to the ocean, Cancer must return to the universal flow. Practical application. Cosmic connection. Meditation. Sit with your back straight. Listen to 417 Hz music. Imagine a silvery white ball of light at the top of your head, crown chakra. This light comes from the moonlight. Feel the light slowly flowing down through your head, cleansing all the chakras. Finally, imagine your roots emerging from your root chakra, merging with this cosmic connection emerging from your crown chakra. You are unified. The world of dreams and the death-life cycle. Dreams, the healing waters of the moon. For Cancer, dreams are not merely reflections of the subconscious, they are direct messages from the moon. Just as the moon governs our emotional seas, it also governs our dream world. Cancer dreams are often symbolic, fluid, and emotionally intense. Dreams are a platform for cleansing Cancer's sacral and third eye chakras. The power of the 417 Hz frequency can increase conscious awareness during dreams. This facilitates the transition to lucid dreams. Lucid dreaming is knowing you are dreaming. For Cancer, this means a chance to confront emotional traumas in a safe space and rewrite them. Lucid Dream Trigger Ritual. Listen to 417 Hz before going to bed. As you get into bed, say aloud or in your mind, "Tonight I will remember that I am dreaming." As you fall asleep, imagine yourself emerging from a crab shell in your vision and floating in the water. Feel the vibration of 417 Hz. Death and reincarnation. Memory, the infinite cycle of water. Cancer deeply respects the cycle of life and death. Water is the source of life, and it is also the end of life. Cancer feels this infinite cycle. The feeling of lostness or separation we feel in the root chakra may actually be a reflection of the memory of reincarnation. The emotional burdens of existence before incarnation are encoded in the root chakra as a kind of alienation. 417 Hz honors this ancient cycle. This frequency reminds cells that death is not an end, but a transformation. Water evaporates, condenses, flows, but does not disappear. The emotional being of Cancer is the same. 417 Hz allows you to embrace life to its full potential by dissolving the fear of death. Esoteric perspective. At the moment of death, bodily fluids are released, and the energy of consciousness is liberated. Cancer can facilitate this transition more easily, as it is inherently fluid by nature. Relationships and career. Cancer's protective areas. Cancer code in relationships. Trust and dependency. Cancer's relationships are shaped by the combination of the root and heart chakras. The search for security, root, and the need for unconditional love, heart, sometimes make Cancer overly dependent or possessive. Blockage. If the root chakra is insecure, Cancer imprisons their partner within themselves out of fear of abandonment. This is dancing on the fine line between embracing and smothering. If the sacral chakra is blocked, emotional needs are not expressed. The partner is expected to sense them. 417 Hz. Healing. 417 Hz resolves these blockages, creating healthy boundaries. This frequency teaches Cancer that it can be self-sufficient. When the dependency felt towards the partner stems from insecurity rather than love, 417 Hz repairs this foundation. Practical application. Boundary setting meditation. While listening to 417 Hz, visualize yourself and your partner, or a relationship, in your mind. Imagine an orange energy field, sacral chakra, between the two of you. Now, define the boundaries of this field. Be clear. These are your feelings. These are my feelings. This means Cancer protects its own emotional space. Career and home. The professional reflection of belonging. For Cancer, career is not just about earning money, but also about building a home. Whether it's a physical home or a secure work environment, Cancer always seeks belonging. Manipura, solar plexus, comes into play here. Power and identity merge with belonging. Professional blockages. Cancer may struggle to take root in their career because they constantly resist change. Adapting to a new job can be difficult for Cancer. Furthermore, in jobs where they have formed strong emotional bonds, they experience great difficulty when leaving. 417 Hz and career change, the change facilitator. 417 Hz plays a key role in situations requiring career transformation. The decision to leave an old, no longer fulfilling job can be frightening for Cancer. This frequency dispels that fear and gives the courage to step onto new paths. Practical application. Career security. While listening to 417 Hz, focus on your root chakra. Strengthen your connection to the earth. Define what kind of security you seek in your career. Is it position, salary, or simply peace of mind at work? 417 Hz helps you build this secure space within, so you feel safe regardless of external conditions. flow and moonlight into wholeness. The evolution of Cancer, from shell to fluidity. Cancer is the emotional healer of the zodiac. Our journey showed how a being that began with a hard shell softened with the vibration of the 417 Hz frequency and eventually transitioned into fluidity. Root chakra. Insecurity gave way to grounding. Sacral chakra. Emotional tsunamis transformed into a steady flow of water. Solar plexus. Resistance to change embraced with gentle power. Heart chakra. Conditional love transformed into unconditional compassion. Throat chakra. Fear of expression attained the clarity of the blue voice. Third eye. Cloudy intuition illuminated by the moon's clear light. Crown chakra. Disconnection from the universe connected to universal wholeness. 417 Hz is a cosmic key that catalyzes this entire process. It cleanses your water memory, rebuilds at the cellular level, and allows you to align with the rhythm of the moon. Wholeness and infinite healing with 417 Hz. Cancer is the memory of the universe. You carry everything you have experienced. This burden can be heavy, but it is also a source of great wisdom. 417 Hz allows you to utilize this wisdom. When you work with this frequency, your emotions cease to be your master and become your guide. Your shell ceases to be a prison and becomes simply a home. You enter it when you want, you leave it when you want. Cancer. You are not just emotional. You are the memory of the universe. You are healing itself. With the confidence in your root chakra, the flow in your sacral chakra, the power in your solar plexus, and the compassion in your heart, you are whole. 417 Hz is with you. Whenever you feel stuck, whenever those old wounds bleed, return to this frequency. It is your key. It is your moonlight. Stay with this frequency. Stay with healing. And remember, water always finds its way, just like you. Stay with the light.